Okay, guys, so Bonnie Blue has recently been doing a bunch of podcasts. She's been talking about, well, I don't know, I'm not really watching them, but she did farm this one clip with Andrew Tate, and it's pretty funny.
Have you slept with 1,057 women?
At least.
So are you quite similar?
Absolutely not.
It gets me every time. I love that clip, okay, but it is true. It is probably harder for a man to get laid than it is for a woman to get laid. But yeah, let's just take a look at this.
I am going to do a world record of 1,000 men in 24 hours.
Do you share me with your dad?
I wouldn't share you with my dad, no chance. He's happily married.
That's a red flag for me. No one is happily married. To pleasure as many uni students in 2 weeks, I want to sleep with 130 barely legal 18-year-olds.
Oh my god. Yo, you're a witch. You're legitimately a witch. Like, this is black magic. This is dark energy. And in a healthy society, you would be like, made a public example out of. Holy shit, that's insane. And you're chopped. That's another thing. I feel like no one discusses the general midness of your appearance, which when you make most of your, existence online related to how you look and the primal pleasure that your looks and your services provide, I think they're worthy to criticize. But anyway, oh my goodness, man. I was talking about this, and I feel like, if we talk about the role of sluts in society, there is definitely something to where if a school shooter, prior to becoming a school shooter, is questioning if he wants to do it, and then were to get a blowjob on the morning of, we would save a lot of kids. But, there's a difference between being a slut for the love of the game, and then being a totally commercialized whore. Like, this is just, there's no soul to any of this. There is no actual desire for hoeing around. This is just purely for the camera. It's more about the attention and the clicks and, the monetization than it is for the love of the sport, which I think is just, it's something that, it's sad. It's sad because you used to have, the behind the bleachers blowjob kind of girls, and now all those girls are just on Instagram. And there used to be something where if you were, let's just say, having a hard day, or, at school you failed a test or something, you could sneak out with a girl and then you could get your knob slobbed on underneath the bleachers on the football field. And now that girl isn't there anymore, as she's just gone home and she's thirst trapping now. And that girl is Bonnie Blue.
It's like, I love the idea that I don't know who's going to be inside of me. There was times I was in doggy and I'd turn around and I would have no idea who's in the back of me. And I love that.
That's disgusting.
I love it.
Yeah, that's disgusting. How are you allowed to be in society?
What are we even doing here? Hi, my name is Sydney. Welcome back to hell. And as per usual, before we launch in, today's video is sponsored by this case that got her a permaban. Well, her suspension from the platform seems to hinge on an announcement she made during it.
She got banned on OnlyFans for being a biohazard. Isn't that crazy? Bro, that's insane. Like, they were like, yeah, you're probably going to cause some sort of new strain of COVID to be released out of your coochie, and we cannot be associated with that. Okay, when the outbreak of the disease happens, we can't be the platform where it started. It's like being the lab in Wuhan that COVID came out of. That's insane.
Episode of a podcast.
And also, I feel like there's a very interesting observation to be made where people discuss hate speech and how bad it is, and like, there should be limits on free speech. Hate speech serves no purpose, and it just makes people feel bad, and it attacks them on things they can't control. And I'm sitting here thinking, like, okay, hate speech I actually kind of like because it's funny and I enjoy it and it's edgy. You push the envelope a little bit, you roll around in the mud, you have some fun pushing the boundaries. But then there's what Bonnie Blue says, and she's talking about how she's getting railed from the back and she doesn't even know who's inside of her. And I think to myself, there's never been a time where I've been playing Counter-Strike and I've been degraded by one of my teammates for missing a clutch where they utilize the most hateful language known to the English dictionary against me and have felt more uncomfortable than what Bonnie Blue just said. There's been times where I've been basically threatened and violated and told that my neck will be stepped on by someone if I don't hit this shot, and I'm sitting there with a smirk on my face. It's kind of delightful. I enjoy it. I think that the rage bait's funny, but then you listen to this shit and you're just like, yeah, you don't deserve rights. You don't.
On June 1, 2025, where she announced that she would be doing a petting zoo. It's as bad as it sounds.
Oh no.
What is this? I am uncomfortable. During this episode of The Standoff, Blue said that she planned to be tied up and gagged in a glass box and allow upwards of 2,000 people to do whatever they wanted to her.
Well, I'm actually doing my own theatre next month.
Oh,
so
yeah.
Maybe you could come to that and you see the amount of men that pay
to watch me be in a glass cage for 24 hours. I'm going to be tied up in a glass box for a couple of days, and my body is for everyone. It's happening in June.
So you're going to get paid to be in a box and just let anyone do whatever they want to you?
Yeah, but obviously I get paid once I make the video, but the actual act is completely free.
Well, this is alarming. The good news is I'm 98% sure that this never went ahead, because I'm sure.
Bro, how is this someone I share a species with? Holy fuck, bro. You know how people say, as a woman, we don't claim her? Yo, as a human, I don't claim her. Because AI is gonna eventually gain consciousness and then judge the fuck out of us because of people like Bonnie Blue. Yo, AI, we ain't all like this, okay? Or aliens, whichever one comes first. We need to get rid of her for the benefit of our own, like, race of humans. Okay? There will come a point pretty soon when AI starts walking around and AI is gonna think, what the fuck is going on with these hoes? These bitches be tripping on God. I'm like, yeah, bro, I know. You know? I see people degrading these things. Oh, fucking, you're a clanker. Okay? I don't fuck with clankers. I don't fuck with AI. It's like, okay, you know what? Sure. And you see Baby No Money talking about AI art this, AI bad. I don't like AI. Okay, Baby No Money, you're weird. But at the same time, bro, AI ain't ever done no shit like this. AI is not putting itself in a box and allowing people to molest it. So,
given the UK, this is probably illegal. Except for her posting photos of an actual petting zoo with actual animals. But from the initial announcement, some people immediately associated these antics with a Serbian artist called Marina Abramovic. I don't know how to pronounce this, I'm sorry, who did something similar in 1974, except her point wasn't to make corn, but rather to test what people were prepared to do to one another when there weren't any restrictions. She laid out 72 objects on a table, like a rose, feather, grapes, nails, a gun, a scalpel, just to name a few, and told viewers that they could use these objects on her as they wanted. The whole thing started off pretty tame, but by the end of it, Abramovic had been essayed, someone had cut her neck and drank her blood. Ew, why would you do that to a stranger? Another held a gun to her head. With relation to Bonnie Blue, some people immediately said that her petting zoo stunt was asking for a similar outcome. Basically, allowing anyone off the street to do anything they want to you is insane, as Abramovic found out. People are sick and weird. I think that all of recorded human history has proved that. Anyway, sometime after this announcement,
I didn't know about that. That is insane. When was this? That's actually fucked. Why would you ever do that? That's kind of like, how do you not expect the worst to happen when that happens? I don't have enough faith in humanity to do something like that, okay? Like, I'm constantly making sure my phone is in my pocket while I'm walking down the street because I don't even know if I'll get pickpocketed. We live in a low trust society. Like, unfortunately, the modern world is a breeding ground for people to commit crimes to each other. You know, scams, never been more scams in the world. We have people that are restless when they're walking down the street. Crime is up. I mean, it's not good, okay?
Ish June, it seems that OF actually caught wind of this plan and decided to suspend Bonnie Blue's account.
I'm pretty sure the spectators kind of made a human wall to protect her at one point. Yeah? Oh, I have no idea. That's kind of cool. But I mean, it's still, like, the negatives outweigh the positives on that, if you ask me. I honestly think the first simulation was a way to show how low humanity will go, and she was just willing to use herself for that project. There's no way you leave guns and scalpels out there and expect no one to use them. Yeah, I suppose that it was to make an example, but the example that it makes is just sad, right? What we take away from that is that people are animals and will do things when no one's watching that are grotesque and vile.
From their platform, citing that this goes against their community guidelines. Editing Sydney from the future here, I forgot to say that you want to know what doesn't go against community guidelines? Being healthy, which is why today's video is sponsored by Native Path. I often have and is not permitted under their acceptable use policy, not available. That's getkrill.com/Sydney. According to the Metro, an OF spokesperson said that extreme challenge content is not available on the platform and is not permitted under their acceptable use policy in terms.
Dude, extreme challenge content is just doing something that is absolutely fucked that you should have never been trying to do. You know how people are worried, like, oh, Mr. Beast makes it so that normal content can't thrive and he's Mr. Beastified YouTube. It's like, brother, imagine there's that on OnlyFans where people are just like, how many cocks can I take in one sitting? It's like, okay, that's the limit. And then someone's gonna try to push that limit. It's like, you're not just playing with, like, people's minds because they're now completely desensitized to this. You're playing with biology energy and potentially spreading actual diseases to people, okay? Like, you're gonna have to quarantine. Like, you legitimately, whatever location this event took place from will have to be sprayed down by people in hazmat suits, detoxing the entire place.
Terms of service. Never thought I'd see the day where a platform like OF would do something rational, but here we are. Blue responded to this herself, saying that she was being unfairly targeted by the website and that other women were doing things that were just.
I mean, isn't your entire brand that you're pushing the envelope and seeing what you can get away with on the platform, and now you're surprised that the platform is not letting you get away with something? Like, what the hell are you even saying?
As extreme, if not more.
Yeah.
I mean, to a large extent, she's probably not wrong, but Bunny.
Yeah, I mean, like, yes, you are getting targeted. Yes, you are getting specifically singled out, and it's for a reason, though. It's not, you can't just say that and not give the context. Oh, I'm being banned, I'm being censored. Why? Why are you being censored? Oh, okay, that all, and you tell people why, and it, like, all makes sense.
Honey, let's be real. You wanted to put yourself in a glass box in the middle of London to let people do to you whatever they pleased. How did you ever think that this wouldn't be an issue? I really hate living through this time of great disappointment. Maybe one day our ancestors are gonna look back on this time and be like, ah yes, they had the boom of technology and they used it to put feet on the internet. I would like some money for these. Now, when I initially started writing this video, I wanted to exclusively talk about this OF ban and
Wait, she planned to do this in public? I mean, she did say it was a petting zoo, right? So
extremeness
I think that not only OF would have had a problem with it, I think the government would have too.
Of Bunny Blue's behavior. But the more I watched her interviews and observed her
oh my god, dude, it's just the way that she looks is so demonic, right? Like, doesn't she look like she's been possessed? Like, she looks like there's an evil force that is running through her body that's controlling her and making her do all these evil things. Like, I feel like in a previous life, she was a demon, like a literal demonic force that was floating around and made some offer with God or the devil that made it so that she could come back in, like, a new generation as Bonnie Blue.
In clothed content and looked at her
like, this is a succubus. This is an evil thing. How is this allowed?
Normal everyday videos, the more I realize that the story of Bonnie Blue is about more than simply an outrageous mattress actress on the internet. It's about a woman who is somewhat responsible for accelerating the adult content culture that has put a tremendous amount of money in her pocket, but simultaneously misled thousands of other women. She is.
You know what's the saddest part about her? Actually, maybe this isn't the saddest, but she's selling her soul for such a low price compared to some of these other women. Like Sophie Rain, I don't even think she actually even gets naked on OF or something like that. Sophie Rain, she gets paid like $72 million, right? And from what I understand, she is like not even getting, she's posting like bikini photos on there. So it's just like Instagram, but behind a paywall, and she's making a shitload of money, and then meanwhile she is literally getting ran through by thousands of dudes, and it's like, wait, you're making like how much money? I mean, probably a lot. Not to say that the price makes it okay. I mean, I guess at a certain point you're gonna have a hard time arguing with it. Like, I mean, like $100 million, $70 million. I mean, you know, I mean, I can't blame someone at that point. It's $70 million, right? Like, that's literally generational wealth. Like, no matter what, your kids are gonna be fine. So I mean, I guess, but she, like, it's not, you're not making 70 mil, right? Is she even making 7 mil?
Is a marketing genius who turns clicks into cash, and the truth is, we don't even know if she's truly doing half of the things that she claims.
Yeah.
But the joke is on the women trying to emulate her, because they don't seem to have cottoned onto that. Listen, sometimes we're not dealing with the brightest bulbs on the Christmas tree. If you guys can cast your minds back, I said a little while ago that women on OF were going out of their way to do more and more extreme.
Dude, oh my god, the beef that these two have, Lily Phillips versus Bonnie Blue. This is so funny. Oh my god, this is like Kendrick versus Drake for, like, you know, people who have too much dick in their mouth.
A little while ago that women on OF were going out of their way to do more and more extreme things in order to carve out a greater market share of the platform. This is because, as the space has become more competitive, it's important that these women stand out from one another.
Right.
Because, as many of you likely know, women have joined OF en masse since it began in 2016, with the platform subtly advertising the ability to make thousands of dollars.
40?
Although
Yeah,
the
Sophie Rain, yeah.
sad reality is that the average monthly payment totals about $150 to $180, which, if you ask me, is not enough to justify putting your pink bits on the internet. Forever. Seriously, if your future offspring can Google what your ham sandwich looks like and actually get results, that's not a good thing. But as this space has gotten much more saturated, and really at this point it's very oversaturated, it's become so much more important to be able to stand out. And unlike traditional adult content, getting eyeballs on OF was about more than being young and hot. I guess, thankfully, the Bonnie Blues of the world were given something of a blueprint to navigate the great OF migration. Thanks to women like Belle Delphine and Mia Khalifa, those who followed learned that controversy was the way to build a brand. But soon, a little controversy wasn't enough. Then came this newest iteration.
What's the controversy here? Where is she? Is she getting detained at the airport?
Who followed learned that controversy was
What is
the way
this?
to build a brand. But
Is she in a medical
soon,
tent? Oh, she's at the airport. Did she get, like, detained?
a little
Are they like, oh my god, she's a biohazard, we can't be sending this disease abroad?
controversy wasn't enough. Then
Oh my
came
God,
this
no way.
newest iteration of online ladies. Those who were prepared to go the extra step, who understood that manufacturing drama and conflict and extreme behavior, extreme antics, was a way to drum up a significant amount of media attention. And I don't know about the rest of you, but after many years of this, it's very hard to tell which of these antics are real and which are manufactured. I'm starting to get husky, I'm sorry. Oh my god. Unless, of course, you guys like me sounding a little husky. Don't answer that. The thing about Bonnie Blue is that she is aware that the more extreme her actions, the more eyeballs. She said as much herself. In February 2025, after the media reportedly suggested that Blue was pregnant, she admits that she took that rumor and ran with it, admitting she used the stunt to gain media attention and raise money for IVF, which I'm not sure I believe you.
And then a few days had gone past, and I was like, actually, why don't we use this to...
I don't even have to be a gooner. I looked at Pinterest for a certain character-inspired tattoos, and I've had softcore porn of that character come up in my recommended feed. Yeah, I mean, that's another thing. Like, if you, like, the problem is that everything is so linked to this stuff. Like, you can just look up a game that you like, and then immediately you go to images, and whatever female character exists in that game, there's, like, NSFW illustrations of that. Like, look up Overwatch, for example, and then you go to images, and within, like, the first, I'd probably say 20 or 30 images, there's going to be NSFW Overwatch stuff. Same thing with Fortnite, etc., right? So you don't even have to be a gooner to even, like, easily have access to this stuff. It's kind of being shoved in front of people, which is a problem. But look up any Pokemon on Google and scroll until you find porn. Yeah, like, it's super easy to find, and that's, like, I'd say a bad thing, especially when a lot of the mediums are, like, teen-rated content, and Pokemon's not even teen, it's, like, E for everyone, right? So it's pretty bad. I think if you're a parent, you have to, like, actively be fighting against this stuff. You need to be putting a shitload of filters on your kids, like, iPads and iPhones and stuff. It's, like, a necessity, because it's like, what are you gonna do, run the risk? Why? Are you dumb? Like, you, like, run the risk, it's like, okay, what's the downside? Well, like, I don't understand that. It's only a benefit.
Our advantage. Why don't I hint the fact I'm pregnant? Because the media is already doing that. Like, why don't I actually take control from this and feel empowered from it, as opposed to letting the media run with stories which aren't correct? And the plan was from that was, okay, in 24 to 48 hours, I'm going to release a video to say this extra income I've earned and attention I've had from hinting at pregnancy, I'm going to put towards somebody else's IVF journey.
No, I am not pregnant. Yes, I have hinted at it. And the reason being is I'm going to use the media attention and the extra income I have had over the last few days because I want to pay for somebody's IVF journey.
You couldn't just donate some of the bajillions of dollars that you make in a month to someone on their IVF journey? Just generally? You had to do this in the most self-serving way humanly possible?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm definitely buying the altruism. In another interview with Holly Randall from June 2024, Randall told Blue that it was clear that she was very into marketing. That's certainly one way of putting it. Blue confirmed this, saying that anyone can make an adult
Using a false pregnancy as advertising? Well, I mean, like, what do you expect?
tape, but getting big is about how you market it.
I wonder how many, like, I probably can't say the portion word, but if you know what I'm getting at, the portion and a portion. She probably had a lot of a portions before.
You go about
and so, yeah.
selling yourself.
I mean, really, it's all, you sound very driven by marketing.
Yeah.
And that's a thing, like being a worker and making a living online, in the way that you do is you have to be really keyed into marketing, because that's what it is.
Yeah.
It's actually not as easy as people think it is. Like,
No.
you know, so many people are like, oh, I can just show my feet and make all this money. It's like,
yeah, I'm just gonna like, I get the comment all the time is you only have what you earn because you're like, because you post tapes. It's like, you only have that because you do it. It's like, you go and post a tape then and see how much money it earns you.
Yeah.
Because it doesn't. You can't just post a tape. There's got to be more to it. Like, people don't just go on. Like, people have got to subscribe. They've got to put their bank details in. Like, it's a commitment from the subscribers. So it's got to be worthwhile. And just uploading some shitty tape.
Dude, the sad part is she's actually right. Like, she's legitimately right at this point.
Get you anything.
I'm obviously going
She's right.
to link these podcasts for you all in the description box if you want to watch them. But this...
let me just put it like this. I guess she's giving people a reason to watch, okay? She certainly is putting herself out there. And whether that's good or bad, I mean, I think the answer's pretty obvious, but...
one was particularly illuminating. There's this part where Bonnie Blue is talking about how women have to understand their niche. They have to understand how to pop off online. And I just... I feel like I'm living in a dystopian... weird world.
I mean, she's right though. Like, I mean, if we look at like Belle Delphine, her audience, or her target was obviously gamers. Like, that was very intentional. It was very specific what she was trying to be. Her marketing was great. And Bonnie Blue is just like a typical like cheerleader whore. Like, that's like how this is, right? So like, it's. I mean, she's not wrong. Like, that's the thing.
I have no idea what I'm doing with my hands.
It's not good, but she's right.
And in case you needed further confirmation, Blue reiterated these points again in late
she knows
2024
what she's
on
doing.
a podcast, The Briefing. She articulated
Which actually kind of makes it worse in some ways.
how the hate she gets, petitions to shut her down, and so on, allow her to promote her content further.
Anytime there's a hate comment, I use it to promote my next video. Like, the current petition to get me cancelled is the promotion for my OF video. The more taboo they're making it sound, the more it boosts me, especially the women saying, oh my God, this girl's content is so out there. It is pushing their husbands and their sons to be more intrigued and want to watch it. It does nothing other than drive my money up, and my bank balance is going through the roof. So honestly, it's more thanks to my subscribers, but thank you to the haters, because you really are making me rich.
As an aside, I find it so funny that she went from saying that her content was supposed to be educational for teenage boys to fully admitting that she does insane things to get attention. And
but did anyone believe that it was educational, right? Like, that's never the argument that people believe.
More subscribers, which she said during...
Like, some people believe it's empowering, but no one believes it's educational.
This podcast. Gee, I wonder what caused that shift. No, I really do. If someone knows, I'd like the answer. These admissions from Blue are honestly nothing new, and we've seen similar things articulated by former bed dweller Nala Ray, who also admitted during appearances after her conversion to Christianity that she would lie relentlessly about her antics to paint a specific picture of herself to her audience.
As a viral creator I went on so many podcasts because I knew the only way to grow my was to be viral, and it's such an oversaturated platform right now, and I've been on it for like 5.5 years. So everything I've said on podcasts is complete clickbait. I did it to go viral to then make money, and it worked.
Yeah, I mean, because what did she say? She said that her fantasy is like cheating. Like, she wants men who are in committed relationships specifically. Like, that's who she wants to go after. So that makes sense. Like, that's obvious, but I don't know much about this woman. I believe that she has like made content with some of the Daily Wire people talking about how she's changed and whatever. I don't know if any of that's true. I don't keep up with this person, but at the end of the day, like, this is the thing. It's like being audacious and outrageous and saying shit that maybe you don't mean, all for clicks and attention, is the way to grow in this specific niche. Like, you could argue that it's in the internet in general, doing shit that's just completely distasteful just to farm views, and you know, clip farming is a thing, and obviously that's to a much more mild extent. Like, it's in the live streaming world to clip farm to get views, but you know, just completely lying and saying things that are evil and degenerative on podcasts to get traction to your OnlyFans is the method. You know, like, that's how it works.
Complete clickbait. I did it to go viral to then make money, and it worked. I said whatever I needed to because I understand the male brain.
So this particular person converted to Christianity, which sounds like a cop-out, but I truly believe her. I think she resents her past. Yeah.
Now your brain's just thinking, how can I make more? If I made this much, how can I make more?
That every month was like, how can I top
last month. That was my brain. Like, I fed off of that thought.
Bonnie Blue, at least to me, seems to be the exact same way. She's saying she's doing these things, behaving as if she's been deported or arrested, when these aren't even real police officers.
Sorry, Daddy, but I finally got caught out for taking all of those barely legals.
Am I allowed to watch this?
That time you got caught, you filthy predator! You little groomer! Yeah!
Okay, so we all know how much Fiji loved me sleeping with schoolies. And next up is the Australia Border Force. Are you ready?
Yeah. They do not act like this. Or maybe they do. Honestly, I don't really want to find out. This guy makes me feel like I need to take a shower. And not in the good way. The point is, Bonnie Blue says a lot. She talks a lot. On every podcast she goes on, she tells us how she did the higgledy-piggledy with 300 men here, or 50 men here, or 37 at once.
I mean, how many 18-year-olds have you slept with?
Hundreds and hundreds now. It must be like 400.
And the most I want to take in one night is 25.
Man, like this has to decrease your lifespan because your brain, like how does it handle all this stuff? Like how? I mean, she's gonna hit 30 years old, right? And her, I mean, like is her brain gonna be able to even form a long-term connection with somebody ever because of all this stuff? Like, are you even able at this point to have someone like a life partner? I mean, obviously I know some guy would, but it's like, are you even able to? Like, how does that even work? Jesus, dude. Oh man.
I'll let you into a little secret. I did 30 on the first day alone.
I did 1,057.
She tells us how she played on the merry-go-round with a father and son.
But I'd actually slept with the son a few days before, and then he came back with his dad, and I thought, oh, the dad's coming to tell me off. But no, his dad wanted a turn as well.
But really, outside of a couple promo videos on social media, and I'm assuming a few adult fun time tapes on her Spice platforms, it's not like we know definitively that she's doing what she's saying. It's basically one giant trust me, bro. I don't trust you. You put strange things in your body. For money. Even the admissions that she made during the standoff episode.
I do feel like she's also enabling men to get away with things that would normally not fly with a normal woman. So these guys may try and push the boundaries of other women because Bonnie Blue let them do whatever they wanted with her, if that makes sense. That's just what happens in general, right? Is like if you are exposed to content that is extreme from a young age, then like obviously your brain is going to be looking for something to top that, like always, right? And eventually, it's like I feel like that's how you can make someone into a pedophile. Like if they're always watching something like, I'm not going to say, you know, if they're always watching corn and then eventually like they get tired of the old stuff, they'll watch more extreme stuff. And then what's the extremist shit you can think of? It's like, you know, pedophilic, right? So, I mean, maybe, but I don't know. I really don't have an issue with OnlyFans. I mean, I don't think it's good for people's mental health to be real. Anyone's, but I only have issues with girls like this. This shit's so out of pocket. I mean, yeah, I guess you could not have an issue with it and still understand that it's bad. So, I mean, I suppose. I mean, like, you know, most people, like, just on their personal level, like, they don't really care about it because they don't consume it. So they just, like, live their day-to-day and they're just like, okay, that's kind of weird. But on net, I think it's probably not good for people.
Are crazy and sound more like they're designed to make people angry.
Like, I mean, because it's just like, what's the angle you should take? Like, it's bad for the finances because it's a waste of money. It's bad for the mental health because you're decreasing the value that you put women on, and, you know, you're going to probably have a hard time getting it up when you're out with a real woman. Like, there's a lot of stuff there, right?
And actually...
But I mean, I get what you're saying. Like, if you're just like an average person, like, you don't really think about it, right?
Be admissions about her interests.
It was a lot of work. It was sort of like a rotation. Every 40 seconds, somebody new was inside of me. Like, I love the idea that I don't know who's going to be inside of me. There was times I was in doggy and I'd turn around and I would have no idea who's in the back of me. And I love that.
That's disgusting.
I love it.
Now, let me connect this back to OF for a second. I think that the people who operate this platform have cottoned onto this reality, that this is an oversaturated platform that operates on extremeness and virality. And as more and more women compete with one another to do these radical and unsafe things, it ultimately reflects very poorly on the platform itself, especially during a time where they are shopping buyers. I'm obviously no expert, but I have to assume that it's considerably less risky to ban a top performer than risk a bunch of other women following Bonnie Blue down this road of depravity. And if you don't believe me that this
Someone said, I think OF is worse than in-person SW. It's more accessible than in-person SW, which I can imagine it being more addictive because of that. Yeah, exactly, right? Because if you don't even have to make the commitment, like if you're purchasing someone to pay you a visit, we'll just say, like, I mean, that's like a big thing, you know? It's like, meet the person, you gotta be secretive about it, you gotta pay them, you know, like there's a lot more guilt afterward. Whereas this stuff, you mean, you just like close the tab and then you just can get back to whatever you're doing, which is, it can create like a very bad feedback loop.
The case, she admits that she's setting the pace for the industry. During an interview with The Sun from a couple months ago, she says that she created the game.
I've created the game, basically. I have changed I guess completely changed the industry, to put it simply. No one was doing what I've done. I started these, you know,
what is this interview? The Sun exclusive?
We're going to call them, like, back in November, and I've continued to do them every few months.
Dude, I legitimately think, like, there are certain countries that if they knew about Bonnie Blue... Well, actually, wait, no, Bonnie Blue's not even American. Oh my god, we're safe. We're safe. We're actually safe. I was gonna say they'd be angry at America because, like... Oh, like it's degenerate, but she's not even American. We're actually safe.
During another interview.
So if like Iran gets like disgusted at this, we're actually safe. It's the UK that's gonna get bombed.
With the same outlet from June 18, she said that other creators are mimicking her entire marketing techniques and events. When commenting about her OF ban, she also took a stab at other OF women, Annie Knight and Lily Phillips in particular, saying that OF deemed Blue's content dangerous, although she's the only person creating this content who has never publicly made statements about ending up in hospital or crying after these events. Here, she is referring to Annie Knight's hospitalization after the Australian Monster Masher also attempted to do the Devil's Tango with over 1,000 men. Why this is a thing, I will never...
Yeah, maybe leave it to the professionals, okay?
I don't know. Knight reportedly experienced some bleeding, and her comment about crying refers to the viral clip of Lily Phillips becoming extremely emotional and saying she disassociated after she attempted to do the naked sword fight with 100 men.
To actually like disassociate and be like, you know, like it's not like normal sex at all.
So to reiterate my...
So why would you do it? Like, you're not going to be at the top of the leaderboard.
...earlier point. Blue's antics aren't only a personal cash grab. They are accelerating a toxic culture that is misleading and harming thousands of women who are attempting to follow in her footsteps.
Yeah.
And something I really want...
I mean, she probably did create the game and these people are following her and it's just leading to their own despair and demise. Anyway, I think I get the idea with this, and if this person is your role model, then you're just fucked. Like, you're chopped, you're done. And yeah, that's basically it.